If you do the same task more than 3 times a week, AI should be doing it for you. I'm not exaggerating. In 2026, you can build automations that read your emails, generate reports, post to social media, update your spreadsheets, and even make decisions, all without writing a single line of code. And the best part, the tools to do this are either free or have generous free tiers. Today, I'm going to walk you through the entire process: how to identify which tasks are worth automating, how to choose the right tool, and how to build your first AI-powered workflow from scratch. By the end of this video, you'll have a framework you can use to automate literally any repetitive task in your life. Let's dive in.
Before you build anything, you need to know what's actually worth automating. Here's the framework I use. It's called the 3x rule. If you do a task more than 3 times a week and that task follows a predictable pattern with clear inputs and outputs, it's a prime candidate for automation. Think about your typical week. Do you manually copy data from one spreadsheet to another? Do you write similar emails over and over? Do you download attachments, rename them and file them in folders? Do you post the same type of content across multiple platforms? All of these are automation goldmines. The key insight is this: automation isn't about replacing your brain. It's about freeing your brain from the boring stuff so you can focus on work that actually requires thinking. A good automation should feel like hiring an assistant who never sleeps, never complains, and works for free. Now, there's an important caveat. Not everything should be automated. If a task requires empathy, creative judgment, or nuanced decision-making, keep it manual. Automation is for the mechanical, repeatable stuff, the digital busywork that eats your day. Take 5 minutes right now and write down every repetitive digital task you did this week. That list is your automation backlog. In the next segments, I'll show you exactly how to knock items off that list.
Let's start with N8N. And yes, that's pronounced N8N. It's short for Nodemation, and it's become the darling of the automation world. Here's why. N8N is source available, which means you can self-host it completely for free with unlimited workflows, unlimited operations, and no task caps. That alone makes it a game changer compared to tools that charge you per execution. Founded in Berlin and launched publicly in 2019, N8N raised a massive $180 million Series C in October 2025 at a $2.5 billion valuation, and in May 2026 took a strategic investment from SAP. So this is not some scrappy side project, it's a serious platform with serious backing. The editor is visual and node-based, meaning you drag and drop connections between apps and services. Want to trigger a workflow when you receive an email? There's a node for that. Want to send that email content to an AI model for summarization? There's a node for that too. Want to post the summary to Slack? Drag, connect, done. What sets N8N apart in 2026 is its built-in AI agent nodes. You can literally build an AI agent inside your workflow that makes decisions, calls external APIs, and chains together multiple steps, all visually. And if you know JavaScript or Python, you can write custom logic in any node. If you don't want to self-host, N8N offers cloud plans starting at $20 a month, which is still dramatically cheaper than Zapier's equivalent tier. For most people getting started, I recommend the Community Edition. It's free, it's full-featured, and it runs on anything from a Raspberry Pi to a cloud server. The learning curve is a bit steeper than Zapier, but the payoff is enormous.
Now, N8N isn't the only option, and depending on your situation, Zapier or Make might actually be the better choice. Let me break down when to use each. Zapier is the industry veteran. It integrates with over 7,000 apps, more than anyone else. If you need to connect two obscure tools together, Zapier probably supports both. Its interface is dead simple. You pick a trigger, like a new email in Gmail, and an action, like creating a row in Google Sheets. Zapier handles the rest. The free tier gives you 100 tasks per month and single-step workflows, which is enough to test the waters but not much more. Paid plans start at around $20 a month for 750 tasks. Zapier's weakness is cost. It gets expensive fast as you scale, and the per-task pricing means every execution costs you money. Make, formerly known as Integromat, sits between Zapier and N8N. It has a beautiful visual flow builder that shows you exactly how data moves through your workflow, with branching logic, filters, and routers. Make's free tier gives you 1,000 operations per month, which is much more generous than Zapier. Paid plans start at about $9 a month. Make is the sweet spot if you want more power than Zapier without the self-hosting commitment of N8N. So here's my recommendation. If you're brand new to automation and just want something that works in 5 minutes, start with Zapier's free tier. If you want more complex workflows with branching logic and don't mind a slightly steeper learning curve, use Make. And if you want unlimited power with no recurring costs and you're willing to spend an afternoon setting up self-hosting, go with N8N. For this tutorial, I'll focus on the concepts that apply to all three, so you can follow along regardless of which tool you choose.
All right, let's build something real. I'm going to walk you through an automation that every single one of you can use, automatic email triage. Here's what it'll do. When a new email arrives, an AI model reads it, categorizes it as urgent, routine, or junk, writes a one-sentence summary, and files it to the appropriate folder. If it's urgent, it sends you a notification. This workflow runs 24/7 and processes every email automatically. Step 1 is the trigger. In N8N, Zapier, or Make, you'll set up a trigger node that watches your email inbox. You'll connect your email account, choose the folder to monitor, usually inbox, and set how often to check. Most tools check every few minutes on free tiers and near instantly on paid tiers. Step 2 is the AI processing step. This is where the magic happens. You'll add a node that calls an AI model. It could be OpenAI's GPT, Anthropic's Claude, or even a local model. You'll write a prompt that says something like, read this email, classify it as urgent, routine, or junk, write a one-sentence summary, return your answer as structured data. The AI reads the email content and returns its analysis. Step 3 is the action. Based on the AI's classification, you route the email. If urgent, send a notification to your phone via a messaging app. If routine, file it to a folder. If junk, send it to trash. You set up these conditional branches using filters or routers. Step 4 is testing and error handling. Every automation tool lets you test with sample data before going live. Send yourself a test email, run the workflow manually, and check that each step produces the right output. Add error handling. What happens if the AI API is down? What if the email is empty? Most tools let you set up fallback paths or retry logic. Once it works, flip it to live, and congratulations, you've just built your first AI automation. That email triage workflow alone will save you 30 minutes to an hour every single day.
Now that you know the framework, here are 5 real-world automations you can build this week. Automation 1. Automatic report generation. Connect your analytics tool, database, or spreadsheet to an AI model that runs on a weekly schedule. The AI pulls the latest data, analyzes trends, writes a summary report, and emails it to you or your team. No more spending Friday afternoons building reports manually. Automation 2. Social media cross-posting. When you publish content on one platform, an automation detects it, reformats the text for other platforms using AI, and posts to each one automatically. One post, 5 platforms, 0 manual work. Automation 3. Meeting notes to action items. Connect your meeting recording or transcription tool to an AI workflow that extracts action items, assigns them to the right people, creates tasks in your project management tool, and sends a summary to all attendees. Automation 4. Invoice and receipt processing. When a receipt or invoice hits your inbox, AI reads it, extracts the amount, vendor, date, and category, then creates a row in your accounting spreadsheet or software. Goodbye manual data entry. Automation 5. Content idea pipeline. Set up an automation that monitors RSS feeds, news sites, or social media for topics in your niche. AI filters for relevance, scores each item for interest potential, and adds the best ones to your content calendar. You'll never run out of ideas again. Each of these automations follows the same trigger, AI processing action pattern. Start with one, get it working reliably, then add the next. The time savings compound. Within a month, you could reclaim 10 or more hours every week.
Let's recap. The 3x rule tells you what to automate. Anything you do more than 3 times a week that follows a predictable pattern. For tools, N8N is the power player, free to self-host with unlimited workflows. Zapier is the easiest with 7,000 plus integrations. Make is the visual middle ground. Every AI automation follows the same 3-step pattern, a trigger that starts the workflow, AI processing that thinks and decides, and an action that executes the result. Start with something simple like email triage, get it working, then expand. The compounding time savings will transform your productivity within weeks.
If this guide helped you, hit that subscribe button. I post new AI tutorials and tool reviews every week, and subscribing means you'll never miss one. Have you built an AI automation that changed your life? Tell me about it in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want more automation ideas, check out the playlist linked below. Thanks for watching, and go automate something today.